welcome back to Adobe Live. I'm Tim from Adobe, and today I'm once again delighted to join you for the third and final episode of this week's Adobe Live UK crash course, all about artificial intelligence. And of course, my intelligence is artificial, and that's why I need your help today. And you can join me in the chat, where I can already see some of you have found the chat, which is Behance. If you're watching this on YouTube, perhaps you can come on over to behance.net/Adobe Live. The link is right there. You would think I would get better at pointing at the link after 3 days. No, very much not so. So come on over to Behance, be.net/Adobe Live. That's where I am looking at the chat. But if you just want to stay over at YouTube, that's fine as well. I will have one of my eyes pointed directly at the YouTube chat, like a chameleon. And on Behance, we already have, let's see what's in there. And we have Bernd. Hello, everyone. Katrina says, you have a delay over here. Oh, no. I hope it's not too bad. It might be a very tiny delay. Just itsy bitsy. If it's too bad, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Joanne says, hello, Tim. I'm really enjoying the introduction to Firefly. Amazing possibilities. Yes, I know. It's fantastic. Today, by the way, and over on YouTube, Heavy Metal Viper. That's a cool name. Hi. Right. Today, we are doing a very interesting challenge, I would almost say. Let me just go over to my screen and I can show you the challenge. Oh, no, Discord, that's for later. Where do we have it? Here we go. Yes, this is from an older stream. I can tell you exactly when it was streamed, about a year ago. Well, pretty much about, no, well, it's 2 years ago. YouTube is lying to me. That's pretty much on the nose. 2 years ago. Incredible. Anyway, I would like to recreate, with today's power and knowledge, although I'm not so sure about the knowledge. Oh, the refresh helped. Good to know, Katrina. Katrina, good to know. So yeah, with today's artificial intelligence and my slightly increased knowledge, I would like to recreate this composite in Photoshop and Firefly. So that's what we're going to do today. And as always, if you have any questions or perhaps you have any ideas what we should add to this, then let me know. And yeah, with that, I suppose we can get started. Now, I have the feeling, I'm not so sure if the feeling's going to be right, that with artificial intelligence, this might be a whole lot easier than 2 years ago. So maybe, if we have enough time, we can create another island, perhaps. Maybe a second one or a third one. Who knows where we will end up today. Okay, so let's go over to Firefly. If you don't know what Firefly is, perhaps watch some of the introductory streams to Firefly. Today we will be using mostly the text-to-image tool. As always, my camera, of course, is on the wrong side. So let's move myself over to that corner. Oh, that's better. Cool. So let's start with our first prompt. So what we need for for our island is, of course, an island itself. We need something for the trees. We need a sky. And of course, we can just look at the thing itself. There we go. So we need something like the grass, we need a forest, some mountains perhaps. We need this thing down here. I think we can trick Firefly a bit into generating something like that. And yeah, a background, like some glass sphere. So let's start with the island, shall we? Don't scroll down. Okay. All right. Island. We're going to build that using probably 2 parts. So let's start with a grassy field round surface add an edge of a cliff. All right. Again, I have no idea what Firefly will give out today. Well, that's certainly a cliff, but I was hoping we could look at it from the other side. So first of all, let's change this to a photo, because we don't want art, we actually want photos. Furthermore, I would change it to, well, that's interesting. I will change it to portrait, because I think our island is more shaped like this. So portrait would just make sense. Yeah, something like this, essentially, but looking from the side of the cliff. Let's try that. In the meantime, hi Sean, hi Gareth, hi Doris. Thanks for joining. All right. Let's see. Ooh, that's not bad. We could use this or that. Yes. I think I'm just going to download this. All right. And now let's grassy meadows with a path in the center. Right, so what I'm doing now is, if you have just joined us, I'm building assets to recreate this composite I did on the iPad about 2 years ago. And we'll see if we can use AI to help us out. And so far, yes, that looks good, but that's also not bad. I think for this, let's use landscape or even widescreen, because we actually need width of that. And of course, if you like to play along at home and you have access to Firefly, well, do post your work. I would love to see it. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, that's the one, I think. Download. Yes. All right. Cool. Now, I think we would need a forest. So, edge of a forest near a grassy field, pine trees. And once we have this image, I think we can start already building things together, because that makes more sense than just creating assets randomly. Ooh, yes, that's not bad. Edge of forest visible on the sides. Ideally, if I can help it, we can have like a section of bit of forest. Hopefully, maybe. Almost. Almost. You know what? I think that's going to do it. Download. All right. So let's start compositing. I'm going to go into Photoshop. And I would rather create a new document. And for this, I think we're just going to go to, I don't know, something like 3000 by 2000. Doesn't have to be a hugely enormous picture, because yeah, Firefly's resolution isn't that big anyway. Right. Let's bring that in. For this image, I'm actually just interested in this edge, in this transition right here. I think we probably have to bend that just a bit to make it go the other way, but I think we can do that. Let's see. Then we have this. So that's going to go somewhere up here, of course, scaled way down, so something like here. There. And the forest is going to go somewhere right around there. All right, what else do we need? Ah, yes, we need, for the island, we need this bit down here. So I think we're going to cheat. Let's see if Firefly actually can do it. The underside of an island. Sharp peak, maybe? Let's see what Firefly does. Hopefully I'm aiming for something that goes like this. Base of an island, I don't know. Perhaps we should have said a floating island. Ooh, look at that. I think if we just rotate that. Also, that's not bad. I think I'm actually going to go with this one. For now, of a floating island. And now we'll say composition, shot from below. Come on, Firefly. Come on, Firefly. I believe in you. Or do I? We'll see. Yes. Yes. It tried. It very much tried. We can see, I think it's trying to generate an ocean. Doesn't really know what to do. Well, that's okay. That's all right. I think we already have our underside of the island. And we're just gonna... Whoop. Okay, here we go. It's coming together, slowly, but surely. All right, now it's probably a good time for us to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Because we always say, and this still holds up, please do not remove the watermark. What you will now see me doing is removing the watermark. Why am I doing that? Because I would like to show you how this will work once Firefly is out of the beta. So once Firefly leaves the beta, of course, there won't be any watermarks. So that's what we're going to simulate right now. Of course, I can't share this image. No more. I couldn't upload this somewhere and claim this as my own. So after we're done today, I'm going to delete this image again. I'm not going to keep it. Right. So that's why I'm removing the watermark. Otherwise, if I were to show it publicly online, apart from this stream, of course, then I couldn't do that because removing the watermark is not allowed. So if you're just experimenting at home and not sharing it with anybody, I mean, we can't stop you, all right? So keep that in mind. We're just seeing what works. And after that, yeah, I'm going to remove it later, the image. Okay. So let's get started. For this, I will use the power of Adobe Sensei to select the forest. And we'll see if Adobe Sensei is good enough. I think I'm going to go to the lasso tool, use my pen, and just draw a very rough outline. Just like this. Oh, and I'm on the wrong layer. Anybody playing the wrong layer? Bingo. Add one, please. Let's try that again. There we have it. All right. It added this guy, but that's not an issue. We can always select this guy and remove it. So I think for this, yeah, we're just going to do the old-fashioned way. So select, sky, then Command-Shift-I to invert this selection, create a layer mask. There we have it. And let's just solo this layer for a moment using the Option key and tapping on the eye to solo a layer. I'm going to move this. Inspect the layer. And yes, that is indeed a removed sky. And now we can manually remove this part down here, or even perhaps blend it if we want to. For that, I will use a brush. And I think we have some brushes for this ready. Something rough. Perhaps even in the special effects. Oop, sorry, wrong brush. Hold down Command and Option if you want to ignore a tool preset like this. So you're still on the proper tool. And now, yes, that looks about right. Of course, way smaller, please. And now we can just paint that away. And of course, we will be much more precise in a moment. But for now, I'm just really looking for a general composition. So that's absolutely fine. And just move that over here. Bring that down again. We could also use a grass brush. That would work just fine. I think we're going to have to deal with this tree stump in a moment, but that's okay. We don't make mistakes, just have happy accidents. All right. I think that should be enough for the moment. Or maybe we can also get rid of that. There we have it. And I'm not worrying too much about the sides because I think we can just place another object over that and be done with it. All right. There we have our forest expertly isolated from the background. Cool. Now let's place this on our grassy field. And already we can see we don't have to worry too much about the blending because hopefully as soon as we blend the colors together, this forest is quite dark for this very bright field, then these transitions won't be as important. So I would say let's mask off a bit from here. Oop. Layer mask first. And I'm looking for this sort of roundness. So I'm just very carefully adding this slightly round edge. Of course, we don't really have to worry about the sky, so I'm just gonna remove that. There we go. I think I can use a bigger brush for that. All right. And let's bring that back. There we go. Not too bad. Now, let's add our island. Where is it? There it is. Of course, it has to sit below the layers. That's why I'm dragging this down. Yep, coming together slowly but surely. For this, of course, we need to get rid of the sky. So once again, we could try the object selection tool. See if it likes this shape more than the other one. So like this, and it does. There you go. All right. Much easier for us. Looks like it has missed some small parts, but that's okay. Nobody's perfect. Oops, sorry. Of course, we want to paint with black if we want to remove anything. Just going to use a smaller brush because I want to be more precise. Brilliant. Thought you missed a bit at the bottom, but it was some dirt on my monitor. Yeah, that's the perfect moment for everyone to clean your monitor. Because otherwise, the same thing would have happened to me. Close enough. All right. I think we can clean up these edges a bit later if we have the time. Otherwise, it's going to stay like that for the moment. Okay, cool. Now, I had this one. And my hope for this would be that we could use this, yeah, I know. We could use this edge here and repurpose that by, just gonna put it on a separate layer. I know it's not a smart object, I know. And using either Puppet Warp, or we could use just the normal warp and transform. I'm not sure yet. Let's try Puppet Warp because it's something new. So edit, transform, Puppet Warp. So let's pin this one here. 1, 2, 3. And, oh, no, I didn't want to add another one. Thank you though. There we go. Yes, that's okay. Right around here, I would say. maybe a bit further out, so we have that edge. There. Of course, we're cheating slightly now, but that's okay. We'll see how that looks. Yeah. There. Just warping it the way we want to. Okay. Done. So, before and after. Okay. Of course, we do now. I realize we need to clean that up. We should have done that before. But, oh well. We're going to do it now. I'm talking about, of course, the edge. And for this, I think we do need to use a brush that's a bit more suited for that edge. We could try, although having said that, we could try this one. It is a foliage brush, but I'm really just interested in... Nope. She would have if we paint on a mask. But I'm really just interested in this more rough edge. I think that might just work. Of course, now my hand is obstructing the thing I'm painting, so I have to be careful about that. Because the death of any composite is an obvious edge, so I'm doing my best to remove or reduce this edge as much as possible. And of course, maybe we want this path actually coming through to the edge right here. So we might just be getting away with the blending. Well, that's way too big. That doesn't look right. There we have it. There. Okay. Now we need to blend this bottom bit here because we actually just wanted to have this transition from grass to well, rock, dirt, whatever you want to call it. So let's see what we can do. Of course, the different textures already help us quite a lot here. And I think we need to adjust some of the lighting, especially on this side, because that's quite dark. But that's all right. Something right about that. Yeah. Right. Okay. Getting quite close. Here we go. Cool. So yeah, like I said, we will use an adjustment layer to darken this just a bit so it blends, hopefully a bit nicer, or maybe even use dodge and burn to blend. We'll see. Okie doke. We're getting there slowly, but surely. Mostly slowly. We should now do something about the edges here and over here, because obviously that's not, we can't keep it like that. So let's go back to Firefly and let's add some trees. A single, large, lush tree in. I want a very simple background. Sky in background. I could ask it for a single color. Unfortunately, Firefly doesn't support transparency yet. So we'll see what Firefly does. Yes. Ooh, that's a good one. But that feels more like it should be right in the center. Let's say tall. Because I want actually something that's quite big. Maybe we actually need to say pine tree again. Yeah, I think we do. Let's try that again. And of course, we're waiting for Firefly to generate amazing artwork. And yep, that looks good. However, I would like to have the bottom if possible. Although, I mean, this one is fine the way it is. So let's down at that. We need a second one anyway. A grassy field. In the meantime, already putting this in here. Going to select. Oh, select. There we have it. Sky. Inverting. Layer masking. I think a bit of the sky came through, so we might just need to go over to filter and do a minimum effect. Maybe 1 or 2 pixels. Preserving the roundness in this case. Okay. Before, after. Yeah, that's better. And of course, we also need to get rid of the watermark in this case. Like I said, we're just doing this to see how it would work later on. Of course, we couldn't share this image online. Otherwise, we would be breaking the rules of the beta. So if you're playing along at home, please keep that in mind. But I think this one's gonna sit at the edge here. We need to adjust the colors, obviously. But that could be a really good edge to our image. Right. Ooh, yeah, that's good. I like this. Let's use this one. Yes. Actually, let's keep it big for now so we can properly judge the edge of the mask, because spoiler alert, we need to select. Let's try select subject. Well, that also works. Look at that. Whoop. But not as good as select sky, I would say. So let's try select sky. Invert. Yeah, that works a bit better. Gets the green bits in there. So there we go. Painting away. Painting away. I'm doing this way too quickly. Well, that's okay. I just want to make sure I get all the last bits. And there we go. Scale down. I think this one's gonna be a cheeky one and live right here, conveniently covering the edge of the island. Okay. Oh, thank you for that. Cool. Hello, watching this from university. Really interesting stuff. Oh, thank you. All right. I think. So, by the way, yes, I do know the colors don't match yet. We're figuring that out essentially right now. I just want to quickly get everything done. So, what we also need is a glass sphere on a black background, or maybe even a gray background. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but let's see what Firefly comes up with. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Oh, I like that. But I do feel like the gray background could be easier for us to composite our work. We'll save it though. We'll save it just in case. Let's use this one. On a gray background. And I actually might feel that we need to compress our island just a bit, otherwise it wouldn't fit into the sphere. Ooh. that's good. I think I'm going to use this one. Or maybe that one because it's floating. I don't know yet. We'll see. Let's use this one. All right. Let's use different opacities so we can roughly see if it would fit. Yeah, I think we need to compress the island just a bit because we want to add some mountains in the background, so that's okay. Don't have to worry about that. Because in the original, by the way, it was also quite compressed. You see, this is much shorter. That's all right. We can do that. No problemo. Cool. So let's park the sphere right here for now. And let's compress the island just a bit. And I think we can do this if we just move everything down. Let's see. This is here. This is the forest. This should actually be there. Yep. I think we can just scoot that down just a bit. There we go. And of course, now we need to adjust the trees, obviously. There we go. And the other one as well. I actually feel like this one would be better on this side, and the other one would actually fit better here. Yeah, because it's naturally in the shadow already. And the light is sort of coming from this side. Well, not really, because actually we have shadows here, but we're not going to talk about that. I could flip this. I know. We could try, maybe. Okay. Tree. Actually, do we need that tree right there? Actually, we don't really, do we? Let's hide it for now, because I feel like this could be a natural edge already. If we just... Yeah, let's see what we can do. Okay. Cool. Now, let's get background in. Whoops, sorry. And this is where Firefly, of course, can shine a fantastically colorful, mostly purple universe background. Whatever. Firefly, figure it out. You know what I mean. Don't have to be precise, just Firefly. Do your thing. And I'm gonna like it. See? Even I didn't have, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but Firefly knew what I wanted. So, and this looks great. Let's use this one. Sure, why not? I do think we need to perhaps play with the colors just a bit, because even that is too colorful for my taste. Well, that's all right. I don't think we're going for realism here. All right. Let's bring it all together. First of all, I'm going to select this sphere. Holding down the Shift key, of course, to make it round, and using the space bar to move my selection round if I didn't quite hit the center. I don't think I did. And this actually might not be perfectly round, to be honest, but that's okay. Just need to be fairly close. So right around here, I would say. Yep, close enough. Yoink. And we can try soft light, we can try hard light. I was hoping we could go for something like this. We might want to change that. Let's see. Yeah, let's go for this for now. Okay. I'm going to load this selection and, of course, use it as a mask here. Unlink that mask so we can transform our universe. And I think that needs some desaturating, otherwise it looks very strange. It's way too colorful. So let's just quickly go to Layer, Image, Adjustments, and we shall use Hue, Saturation, or even better, Vibrance. There we have it. And perhaps a curves adjustment layer just to take out the contrast a bit. Okay. Now let's look at our islands. I will create a new adjustment layer using the curves one. I'm going to clip it by holding down the Option key and clicking between the layers and inverting the layer mask. This allows me to, I'm just gonna scoot that out of the way here and put that here. So we can actually, oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do, but that's okay. That's it. All right. Just gonna park that here. There we go. Now we have some space. Gonna, oh, sorry, no, that's the wrong layer. Again, I want to change this one. Let's try that one more time. Bring that down. And now, hopefully, I can paint in using a brush. There we go. The area where I do want to change the shadows. And of course, now that we drag this down, it's way too saturated. That's why I'm going to change this quickly to luminosity. And I think, I want to scroll down for a bit. I think the darkest shadows are already quite dark, but the light parts could be a bit darker. There we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Yes. And I think we just need to remove some of the red from this. There we go. Ah, of course, this doesn't work because we are still on the luminosity layer, but that's okay. Just create a new one. Use the same. And red. Take out some of the red and green. There we go. Now let's use a small brush to hide this super bright part and close enough. All right, let's do the same thing over here. But I feel like we don't have too much time left, so let's go into high gear mode and let's... Oh, you're not gonna like this. You won't like this. But we don't have much time, so I'm just gonna paint right on the layer. Yes, because I'm metal like that. That was a bit too much. Good enough. So usually I wouldn't paint directly on a layer, but we're running out of time. So that's why I am doing it. Okay. Of course, we need to make sure we paint on the right layer. There. Okay. Now let's quickly have a look at here. I think we're gonna just get rid of that mostly by using the brush tool. Nope. Of course, we need to make sure we're on the layer. There we go. Going once, going twice. I think we're gonna just do this. It's not true. Not round enough. That's better. Yada-dee-da-doo-da-dum. I think we could place something over there because that doesn't look too great. Well, that's okay. That's all right. We can always move our forest a bit further down. And use warp. I know. I said I use warp. Okay. That's all right. No worries. Wait. Why can't I? Why should I? Oh, I see. That's okay. I wanted to add the layer mask to the object, so it's linked, but that's all right. We can just raster it. Yes. Ooh. Okay. And can I now apply that layer mask, please? Yes, I can. Okay. There. 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 Okay. That's better. Cool. Where can I see the second part of the crash course? I need to check. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Cool. Where were we? Ah, yes. We could add some mountains, but I would rather adjust the color of the tree. So let's do that by using an adjustment layer, curves, link, clipping mask, and now we can just reduce some of the blue to really bring in the tree, so hopefully we can't tell where it begins and where it ends anymore. And I feel like this already. Yep, that's it. Brilliant. All right. Now, how about some hanging vines in the distance on a gray background? Just so we have something that goes over the edge. Let's see if it works. Well, that's more like it. Gonna download this one. If I had the time, I would actually create a brush based on this, but I don't think we have the time. All right. So, how could we quickly select this? We could try select sky. Maybe it works. Actually, it seems to be working. We fooled it into thinking it's a sky. Amazing. Okay. Just gonna rasterize and apply and remove. Too quickly. Bring that onto the edge and warp it just a touch so it's hanging a bit here. Ooh, that's a bit too symmetrical for my taste, but that's okay. We can just transform it slightly, so hopefully people would notice. There. Getting there, getting there. Layer adjustments. I will use a curves layer to adjust the brightness of those vines to make them stand out just a bit more. And I will also remove some of the blue actually to highlight the green tones in those vines. I think getting rid of the red just a bit will also, make them more green. So before and after. And of course, I would then go ahead and using a brush, I can then mask that out. But I'm afraid we're slowly running out of time. So let's bring in the other sphere. I think we had 2 spheres. This might be the other one, hopefully. Yes. Just for a bit of texture and for a background. So let's use something like screen. And let's see if we can't transform that here. Good. And now using a mask and a big, soft, round brush, actually. Sorry, not this one. Big, round, soft brush using low opacity. Well, not that big, apparently. Just want to remove some of that. Why isn't that working? Am I painting on the wrong layer? No, it should be fine. I think my brush was just too big. Too big, soft and round. There we go. And I'm going to do the same for here. All right. It's a bit lopsided, the island. It's a bit leaning to the right a bit, but that's okay. Oh dear. All right. I'm afraid that's all the time we have. Right. So, for our final closer, I feel like we should ask Firefly to do it for us. So, a floating island in a glass sphere. Forest on the island. Universe in the background. Just to see if we could have saved ourselves some work for these past 45 minutes. Yep, the answer is yes. We could have saved ourselves a whole lot of work. And with that, I mean, okay, well, I would have never done this, so I'm afraid. All right. Well, actually looks pretty cool. But not exactly what we wanted. We wanted to have a floating island. So sorry, Firefly. Didn't quite make the cut, but that's okay. I was looking for something more like this. Cool. With that, thank you very much for joining us today in the chat and at home. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and we will be back with Klaus Schewinski and Molly in just a moment, all about Bring Your Own Hero, a comic illustration series here on Adobe Live. This is the final day. So for now, thanks for watching and see you in just a minute. Bye-bye.